when we take them inside, the number one question we get is, why are my leaves dropping? Here in the greenhouse or outside, your relative humidity is anywhere from 40 to 60, 65%. These trees are semi-tropical. They like the high humidity. They like for the soil to be consistently moist. So we're looking at a progression here of a tree turning slightly yellow, and then we're looking over here at a sugar bell that is really yellow. Okay, another thing that's going to cause your leaves to start turning yellow and dropping is the variety, and they're going semi-dormant. Now, as the trees go semi-dormant, it starts shutting down. When it starts shutting down, it starts removing the chlorophyll, the carbohydrates out of the leaves, storing them in the trunk, storing them in the root system. It don't want to drop nutrition. So your leaves are easily picked after your chlorophyll is gone. There's no nutrients left in that. If you fertilize the tree, it's not going to green these old leaves back up. Now, if it was a nitrogen deficiency or a minor element deficiency in the spring and they were yellow and you fertilize them, yes, they will turn green again and grow. But the older leaves on your older trees are going to drop. When you take them inside your house, the humidity is really low, 18, 20, 22%. They're not accustomed to that. They're going to frown and they're going to let you know they're not happy. So what can I do once I take this tree inside to make it happy? One thing you can do is, if you're in an area that you've got the space, you can make a plastic dome inside your house, go all the way to the floor, cover under it, keep a pan of water in there, keep your soil damp. Remember, in the wintertime, your trees are not using nearly the amount of water they were in the summertime, so you've got to adapt to that. Don't overwater in the winter. That's the easiest way to cause root rot and have them not absorbing the nutrients in the spring. So if you can make a tent, you can keep them in bright, indirect sunlight. Go ahead and keep some fertilizer in there. We want to fertilize them. We don't want them to starve over the winter. We want them to have the nutrients they need so that in the spring they're ready to go. One other thing is insects. When you bring them from the high moisture outside to a real dry area, spider mites love the dry weather. They can really reproduce. So you say, well, my trees didn't have any spider mites on them when I moved it in. Spider mites are everywhere. Spider mites are on the trees. They're in the air. They spin webs. They can travel on the slightest breeze. So if you can treat your plants before you take them in, 3 or 4 days before you take them in, if you can treat them with a miticide, that's a great idea. But keep a check on your trees. Down the leaf vein, on the bottom of the leaf vein, they like to be right beside the leaf vein. So another thing to look for is mealybugs. Mealybugs are terrible to control once you carry them inside. They like the dry. Scale. Look for the scale. Usually starts on the bark. Usually starts on the small limbs. You will have crawlers that are actively moving. When you find scale, they're difficult to control, so you have to stay on top of it, and it almost always takes a miticide, really good insecticide to kill everything at one time. I recommend something that can be absorbed into the leaf and go all throughout the plants. We all want to grow organic, but in citrus, unfortunately, most of the time that does not work. Insecticidal soaps are good to try. If they worked great, we would use them here at the nursery. Plain and simple, it's wishful thinking. I would like to say there's a good insecticidal soap for spiders and scale and mealybugs, but the soap, it controls the easy things to control, such as aphids, but not the real hard things to control. That's why there's such problems. So stay on top of your spider mites, your mealybugs, and your scale. Like and subscribe. Come see us at MadisonCitrusNursery.com.